know that you were loving me. And I can just see how could you walking it through. And if it's just about the do. Jada Pinkett so dangerous. Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Surviving Jada Pinkett Smith. Surviving Jada Pinkett. This is going to be a great episode right now. I want to shout out to Comedy Hype News. Big shout out to you guys. Comedy Hype News got a phenomenal interview, and I want to give you guys a big shout out. I sat back and watched this whole interview, and I've learned so much about Will Smith that I did not know, that I already speculated and I already thought it. You know what I mean? Good afternoon, Miss Janiqua, coming in the building. Marlon Morrison. Guys, I done found some stuff out about Will Smith. Most of these things we all speculated. A lot of this stuff I kind of already felt like I knew, but then it's a whole bunch in this interview that I had no idea. Now, Will Smith, personal assistant, childhood friend from Philadelphia. This man is from Philadelphia. And like I told y'all, I'm from Philadelphia. And a lot of the people this man mentioned in this interview, because he also has a book. I'm letting y'all know right now, Will Smith, personal assistant. He was Will Smith's assistant for 8 years, but they were friends for 30 years, 30 or 40 years, childhood friends. And he is exposing everything on Comedy Hype News. You know what I'm saying? And I believe every single word. I don't believe that this boy is doing this just for the money. Just for the money, like Jada Pinkett is doing. Why not? If you're a friend of Will Smith and you know this woman been walking all over this man for 30 years, this is your friend, and you watching him or her get shitted on by their partner, and she's making a book, why not you? Why not you? You know what I mean? I'm doing the gold edition this afternoon, guys. I wanted to match with the outfit. I wanted to match with the outfit. So we're doing, the silver edition monster. Okay. You guys got to smash that like button. Will Smith, childhood friend. Okay. Of course he gave his childhood friend a job, and his friend was working in that business already. Steady B, Cool C. I know of these guys from Philadelphia. You know what I mean? I think Cool C got the death penalty. I'm not sure. Please don't quote me on that. But they was convicted of killing. Cool C and Steady B was convicted of killing a police officer in Philadelphia. He used to manage them. And this man said that Will Smith, personal assistant, said that Jada Pinkett looked at Will Smith like a sucker. Like a sucker. This is why Will is running around promoting the book with her. But like I said, it's things that this dude said that I had no idea. This man was saying Will Smith, and I never thought about it. He said Will Smith don't even know how to go to a store, like by himself, and like buy milk. Like Will Smith don't even know how to buy milk. And y'all got to think about it. Like, hold up. Damn. So Will Smith doesn't go to the grocery store by himself, right? You know, we don't think about shit like that. He basically was saying Will Smith doesn't live in the same world that us as a people. He's not normal. And Jada Pinkett brainwashed him. You know what I'm saying? And everything Jada Pinkett, that Will does, Jada Pinkett has a say-so. So I don't know who got it worse, Will Smith or Steve Harvey's mustache. Now I don't know. Salute to everybody that's coming in the building. I see y'all. I need y'all to smash the like button, guys. You guys got to hit the like button today. Like, I can't even play no games with y'all. I'm coming with the real juice. Will Smith, this is somebody from the inside. I was waiting for somebody from the inside to speak out. That's tired of watching this woman take a doodle on Will Smith. We're not going to allow You to sit here and lie, talking about I never been more happier in my life. Will Smith is lying. You know what I mean? I didn't even think that this dude, Will Smith, his personal assistant of 30 years, childhood friend from Philadelphia, because Philly motherfuckers is tired of hearing this shit, Will. I'm going to keep it real. And tired of watching you get destroyed like this. You know what I mean? So this motherfucker said, fuck it. He's been getting death threats, everything. You know what I mean? Pan Laco. Salute to Pan Laco SM. She said, smash that like button. Yes, I need those likes to go up. The likes have to go up for this. This right here. I sat and watched this whole interview, guys. And I believe every word. This man has been receiving death threats. He's been telling Will since back in the day. Since back in the day. Look at my thumbnail. Y'all see that book? The book that's on my thumbnail, that's this man's book. His book is about to come out, and come to find out, his book was supposed to come out before Jada Pinkett's book. Yes. Oh, he's telling everything on Comedy Hype. His book was supposed to come out first, but since they knew that his book was coming out, they hurried up and been pushing Jada Pinkett's book like crazy because they didn't want this to come out. And come to find out, like I'm giving you guys my opinions on this before I show y'all the receipts. As you guys are smashing that like button, I need the likes to go up, but I'm giving y'all my opinion, and then I know you guys, y'all can have your own opinion too. But I guarantee you it's stuff that y'all already kind of figured. We all figured this shit already. We all figured this. I mean, there is a lot of shit that he says that I am surprised about. But I want to say this. Salute to Melanie. Salute to everybody coming in the building. I just really need you guys to smash that like button. I appreciate it. We're going to get into this, and I'm going to let y'all see this. This is Will Smith's childhood friend that he gave a job to, which I would do the same thing, especially if I got an educated, even if you're not educated. Like if you're not educated and been in prison and things that I've experienced myself, you know what I mean? I'll still give you a job. You might be doing security. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know, long as you want it and you want to make some legal, legitimate money, I'm going to help my people too. But this dude managed a lot of other people, other celebrities and things like that. He has no reason to try to make a book, Will, to make money off of you. He said he's tired of Jada Pinkett shitting on you, and we all are too, Will. I listened to this whole interview while I was in the shower. I almost dropped the soap listening to the shit. And thank goodness I wasn't in prison. Like, I dropped the soap, so nobody was behind me. I was still looking behind me. I was a little institutionalized. I looked behind me and said, oh, God damn it. Nobody don't try to come help me get the soap. But I dropped the soap listening to this shit. Will, shout out to Comedy Hype News. But listen, guys, like I said, please make sure y'all hit the like button. This is going to be a very phenomenal, educational show today. I am glad I watched this interview. I'm going to say this right now in front of all of y'all, right? No matter if you're gay, if you're straight, if you're white, black, Chinese, I don't care your nationality. I care about people who they are as a person inside. Yes, I make a lot of jokes. You know what I'm saying? I make jokes. You know what I'm saying? I don't make racist jokes unless I got to. Like if somebody make a racist joke on me, I'll make a racist joke back. But my joke won't even be racist. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be funny. But anyway, from what Will Smith personal assistant is saying about what Jada Pinkett has over Will Smith, in my personal opinion, guys, the allegations of Will Smith being gay is true. This is my personal opinion. And Will, that's why I need y'all to hit that like button, because this video got to be pushed out. I want Will Smith to know how I feel. If you're on this live right now, it's 100 people. Please smash the like button so YouTube can push this out. I want Will Smith to know how I feel, and I want him to know how y'all feel. Like I said, when you guys are hitting the like button, they'll be able to read y'all comments as well. You guys are playing a role in this too. I just need y'all to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's very, 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 very important. And for the people that's in front of a TV, I think a woman told me she was in front of a TV watching me, so she couldn't hit the like button. If you're in front of a TV or something to where you can't hit it, I totally understand. You know what I mean? I'm only just speaking to people that's got a phone device in their hand to hit the like button. Will Smith, if you are into men, and Jada Pinkett knows it, y'all had some kind of sexual thing, and you slept with a trans woman, or straight man that looks like a man, like however it works, nobody cares. Will, the rumors of you supposed to being gay into men been out there. We still are going to love you, Will. Fuck her. This is how I feel after watching this interview. I know for a fact that Jada Pinkett Smith, this not an allegedly. Now me, this is my opinion. Listening to your assistant of 8 years, but he's your friend, your childhood friend of 30, 40 years, Will. The pictures is up there with him. This is not a man that just made this shit up. He's very genuine. And I'm going to let you guys see it as the likes go up. But I need the likes to go up before I come out with the receipts. But I want you to know, Will, in my opinion, people aren't going to judge you, dog. This is not back in the day when if you were gay, if you were into men, that you had to hide it. You had to hide. You don't have to hide it no more. Do you understand that the LBG community runs shit? They run shit. Like, they are in power. Do you understand how many people will stand up with you, Will? Don't matter your sexuality. You are a star. Fuck her. This is what you afraid that she's going to come out and say? This is what your assistant, this is what I took from his interview. I guarantee you, everybody that's on here right now, when y'all hear what this boy is saying, this man that known Will all his life, since the 80s and the 70s and shit, you're going to know that Will Smith is into women. You know what I mean? Like his personal assistant said that Will Smith always get cheated on. He's always been getting cheated on. This is how Will Smith feels. And I didn't even know he said that. Will said this in another interview. Before Jada Pinkett, women cheated on him. So it probably discouraged him in some kind of way. You know what I mean? To where, I don't know, like I said, if a trans made him feel better, or it's like if he was meant to be with one, Will, we are not going to look at you any different. His ex cheated on him. Okay, see, so his personal assistant said that. So it's lining up. But here's my thing. Everybody that's on here right now, raise your hand. Hit the like button or put your hands up if you won't judge Will Smith. If you won't judge Will Smith, if he likes men, give me a thumbs up. If you're not going to judge him or look at him different, or you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna put a thumbs up right now. Because Will, I'm telling you, that's not gonna mean shit. People already been saying it. Janique would just put a thumbs up. You see what I'm saying? These are women that's on here. Melody just put her hands up. People aren't going to just. Well, we'd rather you say that. We'd rather you say what it really is, because this is what Jada Pinkett is holding against you. This is why you're out there pretending that you're in the happiest place in the world, and you're so for the book because you don't want her to say nothing because you're worried about what we're going to think of you. What? You know how many people that think of people certain ways are been talked about like dogs on the street? Will, nobody is not going to do that, dog. You are a success story. Your sexual life is not going to fucking matter what you're into. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, yes, if you were gay, you had to hide it. Like, I got gay family members. You know what I'm saying? That I love dearly. And I don't look at them no motherfucking different. That's what you like? Good for you. You know what I'm saying? And I still act regular. We still make jokes. We do, you know? What are you talking about? And I grew up with people like that. And that's what I think the main problem is from listening to Will Smith personal assistant. Jada Pinkett's been dangling this shit in Will Smith's face. Like, oh, I'm going to tell everybody that you did this and you're into that. Jada Pinkett knows that Will Smith, I'm telling you now, keep hitting that like button. I'm going to let y'all hear the personal assistant say it out his mouth. And I bet y'all going to get the same thing, the opinion that I got, that I have. That's what she has on Will. And from listening to the personal assistant, I didn't realize how non-normal that Will Smith is. Will Smith isn't normal. Like, I didn't even think about it because I'm going off of my life. I'm going off of my mentality. Will Smith's been like a millionaire since a teenager in his early 20s and shit. Like the assistant said, Will Smith don't even go to the grocery store. Like, he don't know how to go into a grocery store and pick out milk and eggs, and he don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I know friends that's been in prison for 10, 20 years that don't know how to adjust to a cell phone, things like that. That's like normal to me because I grew up with these people. You know what I mean? Friends, family, you know what I mean? Even me, I did 4.5 years before in my lifetime. You know what I mean? And I was scared to sit on next to motherfuckers on the bus. You know, I was scared as shit of people after they dropped me off from Albion State Penitentiary. They dropped me off in Pittsburgh at the bus. Gave me a bus ticket and gave me the money that was on my book and said, go. You know, and I was in prison where you don't see cars, no nothing. And you just like, what the fuck? Like, how do you readjust back into society? I understand that, but I don't understand the life of a motherfucker that's worth $500 million. No, $1.5 billion. I didn't even know Will Smith was worth $1.5 billion. So he's used to getting on private jets. He's used to people doing all of this shit for him. And everybody that, like his assistant said, he's not afraid to speak out. But other people, they've been trying to silence this dude. They've been trying to silence him, but he can't take it no more because Jada Pinkett is exposing him terribly to sell her book. And he's been his friend. Fuck the assistant thing. He only was Will Smith's assistant for 8 years. And guess who got him fired? Guess who tarnished their friendship? Jada Pinkett did. So I understand this dude. And then they were sending death threats to him because all of these people are making money off of Will Smith. Everybody that works for Will Smith, they got no gag orders. Like, they're not allowed to speak. They can't say nothing. They just got to tell him, if Will Smith put an outfit on, them motherfuckers got to say, wow, that looks great on you, Will. Even if the motherfucker don't look right. They got to say, wow, Will, you look so handsome today. You look so handsome. You can't be real with you know, you can't be real with him. Everything around him is fake. And like I said, after watching the interview, I really thought about it. I said, damn, he don't know how to go and buy eggs, a carton of milk, lunch meat and cheese. And I had to think about it. I was like, damn, if Will Smith walked into a grocery store, what's going to happen? I thought about Will Smith's feelings at this point. If he went into a grocery store, what's going to happen? I'm not even a goddamn female, and I'm going to be in that motherfucker screaming, falling out. Will Smith, you got motherfuckers that are faint like they had a Michael Jackson concert. Motherfucker just died. They carrying you in the air. You just died. Will Smith will make the whole grocery store uproar. And this has been like this since, for 1,000 years now. So, of course, he don't know how to go in the grocery store. Of course, he never had a grocery store list and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so that's just insane when you really think about it. When you really unpack it, it makes you understand more. So when he's being cheated on, when he's being treated like shit, it's not registering to him the way that it would register to us. And this is why Will Smith did that video under the water or on top of the ocean. Remember, he just did that? That wasn't normal for a motherfucker to be looking like he played I Am Legend. Jada Pinkett book drop. His response was like kind of like I Am Legend. He was in the damn boat by himself. By himself. Nobody around him. Just on a thing. I said, damn. So Will Smith doesn't live like a normal human being. So he's not taking this in that way. And he's more worried about if we're going to judge him about your sexuality. Will, that is old. Once upon a time, if you were gay, you couldn't get married. You can get married, Will. They have gay marriages. Do you understand that you will have the most poppin'est gay marriage ever? we all would come and throw motherfucking rice. Being that motherfucker, hey, let's get away. That shit don't matter, Will. This is what she's holding against you that you fighting so hard. People been calling you this shit for years now. Don't you think it's about time you come out the fucking closet? Look at Lil Nas X. This motherfucker make some of the most amazing music ever. And I'm not even gonna lie, if he not talking about, his sex life or doing videos where everybody's buck naked that I think that kids are too, it shouldn't be for kids' eyes. I heard some songs that I thought that was actually nice. My daughter, I'm not gonna say she tricked me, but one time my oldest daughter is 24 years old, and her boyfriend, Lucas. You know what I mean? My oldest daughter, the love of my life, all my kids are my love of my life, all three of them. But my oldest daughter, boyfriend, which I love this little motherfucker, he's a white boy. They both went to college together. His name is Lucas. If you go to Jamil Peterson's stand-up comedy show that I did in Baltimore, you'll hear I brought my oldest daughter out and her boyfriend Lucas. You know what I'm saying? Which is a white boy. I don't give a fuck what color you is. Long as you treat my daughter right, then you good with me. You could be green. My daughter can show up at the barbecue with a green motherfucker. I'm just gonna ask him, where you from, Mars? Where you from, Venus? Can I go up there? Matter of fact, I'll just watch it from here. You know what I mean? People don't care about your color and all that. And like, if you're a racist person, you will never be around me. I won't be around you. You goofball. That's on you. Keep that racist shit over there. You know what I'm talking about? Just like your sexuality. Doesn't nobody care about that, Will? At all. People will be happy as shit if you came out with a goddamn boyfriend holding hands on a red carpet instead of Jada Pinkett. I will cheer for that shit. And I mean that. Nobody care about your sexuality, bro. Like, if that's all she holding against you. From me listening to your personal assistant, that's your biggest fear, Will, of what we're going to think about if you like vaginas or peckers. And don't nobody really care. It'll be blogs out, oh, Will's gay, blah, 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 blah. People only doing that just to make money, Will. It's not personal. Motherfuckers is just blogging on that shit to make money, really. But nobody really cares. That would be the biggest headline ever if you came out and was like, you know what I'm saying? Because like I told y'all, one time I was taking a trip with my oldest daughter and her boyfriend, Lucas. And we're on the highway. They're playing their own music. This was a couple years ago. I guess this is when Lil Nas X first came out. This is a couple years ago. My daughter's like, Dad, listen to this. So I'm listening to the motherfucker, right? I'm jamming like a motherfucker in the back. Because I still jam. Some people, I still jam. You know what I mean? I'm still, I come from the Michael Jackson era. Jam, it ain't too much stuff. It ain't too much. It ain't too much for me. Jam, too much. I still jam. So I'm in the back seat jamming like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? He's driving. My daughter in the passenger seat. They cracking up laughing. She comes out and tell me after damn near the whole album played. I'm talking about like 10, 15 songs played. And she was like, Dad, did you know that was Lil Nas X? And this is when he first came out, right? I'm not gonna lie. I said, so you mean to tell me you done tricked me into being gay for a couple hours? Is that what you did? Because I'm a funny motherfucker. My daughters know I'm funny. So I said, so you done tricked me and just took advantage of me and just made me gay for 3 hours straight? I said, God damn, that was a good ass, that's fucking the music. Come to find out the songs was dope. I'm not even gonna lie. I said, wow, Lil Nas X, he had some great motherfucking songs on there. But my daughter tricked me into listening to it, so because I didn't even know I was listening to Lil Nas X. I'm in that motherfucker dancing and everything. I said, God damn, you just tricked me into being gay for 2 or 3 hours. You know what I mean? But because it's not about that though. Like I said, I'll make my jokes. Like I said with my daughter, I was like, wow, this boy got some good music. And look how outspoken the younger people is, Will. Lil Nas X is a young dude. He's doing all kinds of shit. This motherfucker got pregnant on the internet, Will. These motherfuckers Lil Nas X had a baby on the internet. And you mean to tell me you got Jada Pinkett holding this shit against you? You see how it is so accepted of your sexuality? I don't care about people's sexuality. I'm going to say that one more time. And if you are a person that cares about somebody's sexuality, that's your business. The only time I care is if it's a young person. I am against like somebody that's underage being able to change their sexuality, you know what I mean, until they're a full-blown adult, and if that's what they choose to do. But if you're a grown person and that's what you choose to do, more power to you if that makes you happy. I know that I'm straight. I know what the fuck I like. But I'm not going to be racist towards somebody else that like what the fuck they like. Are you crazy? Everybody's money is green and we all bleed red, sir. So keep that racist shit over there. So, but Will, just for you allowing, listen, we got 130 people in here, guys. I need those likes to go over 100 so we can play this interview. Let's get those likes up. We're not even going to play no more games. I wanted y'all to hear how I felt, what I took from this interview, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are going to be able to take your own take as well. This man knew Will Smith for 30 years. He watched Will Smith change, like he said, soon as he got with Jada Pinkett. She's toxic. Will, this is your friend. He has no malice reason to try to make money off of you for dropping a book. He said, Will Smith, did y'all look at my thumbnail? The demons surrounding Will Smith. I think that's what the name of the book is. I can't wait to get it. The demons surrounding Will Smith, like the people that work with him, the people that allow this shit to go on. And let everybody that's in the chat, the moment we get the likes over 100, I'm going to start this interview so you guys can actually hear personally. So let's get the likes up. The sooner that the likes get over 100, I have to do this for the YouTube algorithm. Understand that. I don't like, because you guys look at it, not all of y'all, but the people, they be like, well, why are you begging for likes? You don't understand. It's like if you work a job, and they're telling you that this is what you have to do at the job in order for it to be a good job, for us to show your good job. You have to make sure the numbers add up. How many jobs you worked at when they came and checked up to see your production? You know, yes, thank you very much. This is my production. You motherfuckers that's not hitting the like button make me look bad. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, like, damn, you got that many motherfuckers in there and you can't get them to get over 100 likes? Oh, we don't know if we want to hire you or we want to keep you at this job. So don't fuck around and get my job lost. Thank you very much, everybody that's hitting the like button. I appreciate you all coming in. You know, this right now, like I said, I'm not here to make fun of nobody. I'm just putting out the reality and the facts of what I got from Will Smith's personal assistant. Will, how long do you think people on the inside are going to sit around and not say nothing? You are pretending. You was just out in Baltimore with her talking about, what did Will say out his mouth? He said about somehow, how can you love someone for the rest of their life? Basically saying no matter what Jada Pinkett does, you're going to always love her. No matter what. Now, Will, you can love her because she's the mother of your children for the rest of your life, because you still got to deal with her regardless of anything. Like, you don't have to deal with her, but the fact that she's your kid's mom, I get that aspect. But to love her for the rest, like, I don't give a fuck who it is. If you say that you love me and you do what Jada Pinkett been doing to Will Smith publicly, bitch, excuse my language. I will fall out of love so fucking fast. Your head will spin. Your alopecia would spin if you was doing me like that. And then I'm like a star. People look up to me. I'm an influencer. You know what I'm saying? Like that alone. Like I've said, I've seen people. I've seen women destroy niggas on the internet. Like, I have sisters. I have 3 of them. I done seen my sister say shit to where I felt bad for the dudes. I was like, oh my God, she just slayed the bullshit out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But these guys aren't Will Smith. Iconic, that proved that you are gifted, that proved leadership, that proved you got people in other countries. You can't go nowhere in the world and nobody's not like screaming your name, you're not a guy that's supposed to be treated like this. I don't think anybody, not even just like I said, I'm for men and women, I'm all about equality. If a man was treating a woman the same way that Jada Pinkett's been doing Will, I would be grinding his ass up too. This is not about men. No, this is about right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm gonna let the likes continue to go up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let y'all hear it from him. This is like I said, this is what I took out of this. Will Smith assistant. I didn't get no mileageness out of this. And Will, we would accept you no matter what you into. And this commercial keep coming on, but make sure you guys smash that like button.
The name Brother Bilal may not be a name you heard of, but if you're Will Smith, it's the name of your former friend of nearly 40 years.
Now, y'all just seen that picture, right? There's a picture with Will Smith and the same friend of 30 years. Like, it looked like Will Smith was messing with him while he was sleeping. And you know how you do when whoever go to sleep first, you're supposed to put ketchup. You're supposed to put mustard all over his head and stuff. Look at this shit.
The name Brother Bilal may not be a name you heard of, but if you're Will Smith, it's the name of your former friend of nearly 40 years.
40
Bilal,
years.
also known as an industry veteran who has been seen working alongside hundreds of celebrities with his product placement company, has decided that he too has a story to tell. This week, Will's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, would cause an uproar online to promote her newest book. And now Bilal, who also served as Smith's personal assistant of 8 years, is breaking his silence. To simply put it, meet the man who holds several secrets that Smiths may be hiding from you in the midst of these major headlines. Into his own admission, while calling from a remote location, faces death threats for revealing what he experienced in the inner circle. Brother Bilal, welcome to Comedy Hype. How are you doing?
I'm well. How you doing, Jay?
I'm good. I'm always looking forward to having conversations like these. In particular, we're talking about Will Smith. We're talking about Jada Pinkett Smith. And you being someone that has known Will for almost 40 years and even working with him for 8 years.
Excuse me. I said 30 years. I got to change the title. This is a man that known Will Smith that's been friends with him for 40 years. Let me correct that. I said 30. Come to find out, it's 40 years. 40 years. Known him, worked for him for 8. 40 years? You think I'm 41. So he's known Will since I was 1 year old, since I was You think he don't know the truth? Smash that like button, guys. Let's get over 100. It's too many people in the building. Now listen to this shit. 40 years.
We're talking about Will Smith. We're talking about Jada Pinkett Smith. And you being someone that has known Will for almost 40 years and even working with him for 8 years, I think we're going to get a wealth of insight of what's kind of going on and taking place. But yeah, I welcome you to Comedy Hype.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Love being here.
Before we get into, I think, the conversations that a lot of people are even clicked on this video, I want to at least get to know who Bilal is. From what I've seen on your Instagram, you've been someone that has been working in the celebrity field as well as like Hollywood. But like, who are you if someone didn't know who you were? This is the first time they're getting to meet you. What would you say that you do?
Well, I would say that I'm a lot of people's big brother. That I would say. Coming from Philly, in the entertainment realm, I worked in radio for a number of years. Produced a group out of Philly called CEB, which consisted of Cool C, Steady B, who were local artists. Did deals with King Gamble at Philadelphia International Records. Came to California, and it's what's so ironic is that in Philly on the radio, I would give gifts to people, right? And that was like my thing to do. But coming to California, it was a whole different experience because it was called product placement. So it got to really, really expand. So as you look at my Instagram and see me with hundreds of celebrities, I'm placing products with them and definitely have relationships with them. I definitely feel people are attracted to energy. So a lot of people are attracted to my energy, and it's like, that's a blessing. I could, say that I'm Muslim, and I think that has a lot to do with it, based on character, based on principle, based on just the love of people and trying to be the best person that I could be because coming out the starting blocks in Philly, I was in the streets. And that's another way that I could know so many celebrities and be able to watch these people evolve like over decades. So when you look at the Instagram, it's like, man, this guy was this person, that person, this person, and they all shown a great amount of love that has been nurtured. Those are nurtured relationships.
Now, you mentioned about Philadelphia, and my mind instantly goes to West Philadelphia, born and raised Will Smith. How far do you go back and what does that relationship even come from? How did you guys cross paths to become friends over the years?
Well, when I was working in Philadelphia at the radio station, this was 1986. 1986.
1986. I was 4 years old. 4 years old. This is how far back him and Will Smith goes. So imagine the irritation that he must feel watching his friend of that long be demasculated after all he accomplished. That would disturb anybody. If this was your girlfriend, if this was a female, wouldn't you feel some kind of way? Be disturbed like a mug? Imagine how you feel you watching this person go around with a book trying to destroy your friend and your friend acting like she don't know it. She's pretending that she's at the best point of her life. It's disgusting and it makes my skin crawl. You know what I mean? Smash that like button.
Of course, Will had the parents just don't understand, and we just hit it off, man. Like his energy at that time was amazing. My energy at that time was amazing, and it was one crucial thing which made us brothers at that point. There was a situation and at that radio station that I worked at, which someone claimed, they were assaulted by an individual that was with Will that day. And it was a bloody, dirty scene. The guy got basically beat to a pulp. It was only 6 people in that room. And when the police and detective finally came, my version of the story was different from what happened. And we'll know that I was a very trustworthy dude. And the individuals that were accosted that day pretty much deserved it.
So, a couple things. Trust. Trust is super huge, I think, in any relationship. And the elephant in the room is that we're now releasing a book, right? A book that has a strong title that definitely puts,
Did y'all see that? This is the book that he got coming out about what's really going on. This is the book that we want. This is the book he got coming out. Will Smith, personal assistant. Hold up.
The elephant in the room is that we're now releasing a book, right? A book that has a...
Look at the book. It says Will Smith, Demonic Circle. Will Smith, Demonic Circle. Make sure y'all be on the lookout for this book from Will Smith, personal assistant. The book is called Will Smith, Demonic Circle. So the people that's around him and the head leader of the demonicness and toxicity, and I don't even know if that's a word, but toxicity is Jada Pinkett. Smash that like button.
Strong title that definitely puts, Will in maybe at least a vantage point of looking at it. From the outside looking in, people may be looking like, why would a friend or a former friend release a book like that? So what happened in the relationship for you to be like, you know what, I'm going to drop this piece of work, even though it may put a negative spotlight on my former friendship with Will Smith?
Well, at the end of the day, it's nothing that I've really thought about doing for the last couple of years because this is the first time ever that someone from Will's inner circle, have been in Will's inner circle, is speaking out. Like I have no NDAs, so I'm able to talk freely, right? And just looking at Will's behavior.
So he has no gag order, so he's allowed to speak out. He's allowed to speak out. And I'm letting more of it play, and I'm not going to talk through the whole thing, but I'm just trying to get key things out that he's saying. He's allowed to speak, and this is the first time someone from the inner circle that's speaking out, and they're not in agreements with Jada Pinkett because she's the only one been talking. Think about that. So now let's see how the people that's against this, that knows the truth, what they gotta say.
Circle is speaking out. Like I have no NDAs, so I'm able to talk freely, right? And just looking at Will's behavior over the years since he got with Jada, is definitely put a strain on our relationship, our brothership, and I've just been holding so many things, but due to recent events over the last couple of years, it's just like, dude, listen, you gotta pull it together, bro. At some when you got the bag, everybody gonna be quiet. You understand what I'm saying? I got my own thing going. People can look and see. I don't need to know any. I know everybody. You know what I mean? But man, we'll go back 38 years. So the new people that's around him that's getting paid very well, they're not gonna do anything or say anything to disrupt that bag.
So none of the people going to say anything about what's going on, like he said, because they don't want to disrupt the bag. They don't want to mess their money up. So they're letting all of this shit go on. But he can't take it no more. And respectfully, he just said 38 years. So I had to correct that. But none of the people around are going to say nothing because they don't want to mess their money up.
That's 38 years. So the new people that's around him that's getting paid very well, they're not going to do anything or say anything to disrupt that bag, no matter how much pain and degradation that this man is going through. They want that back. You understand? So it takes a world friend to say, dude, you are out of pocket. I have no benefit. I'm not working with you. We're not doing nothing together. Bruh, I know you almost 40 years. You out of pocket. You've been out of pocket. And now you totally out of pocket. And the people around you are enabling you to be out of pocket.
You mentioned something about your relationship because that was kind of my follow up to that, which was, what caused that tension, that rift. You mentioned Jada added some strain to it. What was going on? What about that relationship made you guys begin to not see eye to eye as you once did?
So prior to Jada and Jada having a relationship, I felt Will was pretty much almost an angelic person, right? He just very giving, very want to help everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it made me be a better person. To be in his circumference made me want to. I said there are things in my life that I'm not doing well, and I mean, Will stood on that 24 hours, 7 days a week prior to Jada, helping people, uplifting himself. No matter it was a job to him to help as many people as he can. And I'm talking about financially, career-wise, everything. And when you start to see your friends suffer a great amount of decay, at some point you just gotta say something.
Did you give Will any bro advice, brother to brother when Jada became in the picture? Did you did you see certain things on her end that you felt didn't match the energy of Will? Where were you as a friend in that regards?
I mean, at the beginning, like I say, I'm from the streets of Philly, so I just really believe Jada saw Will as the big lick. You know what I'm saying? The sucker. The easy come up.
So he feel like Jada Pinkett saw Will Smith as the big come up. Did y'all hear that? That Will Smith was an easy lick. This is what she was looking at the Fresh Prince like when she saw him. This makes sense. She was in love with Tupac. She's still in love with Tupac. God rest Tupac's soul. Love you dearly, bro. But this makes all the sense in the world. She wanted to be with Tupac, but Tupac ain't want to be with her. Tupac had every other girl under the fucking sun. You know what I'm talking about? This motherfucker was showing up with Madonna. You know what I'm talking about? At black cookouts in the hood. Tupac was. So he wasn't worrying about Jada. Jada Pinkett saw Will Smith and was like, oh shit, that's the money. So she never loved him, man. This is and this is a man that known him for all them years. Smash that like button, guys. We got 150 people in the building. Let's get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, we on here, like, and I'm giving y'all the receipts. This is a man that knows what he's talking about. This is not made up. This is not nothing allegedly. This is all coming out of Will Smith, friend of 38 years, mouth.
And that you felt didn't match the energy of Will? Like, where were you as a friend in that regards?
I mean, at the beginning, like I say, I'm from the streets of Philly, so I just really believe Jada saw Will as the big lick. You know what I'm saying? The sucker. The easy come up. But at that particular time, you gotta let things play out. You can't be like, oh man, I don't like her, this, that. You gotta give a person that opportunity. People gave me the opportunity. They could have said, oh, he this, he that, he this. You know what I mean? But people gave me that opportunity, and life is about what you do with that opportunity, John. Period. I believe everybody deserves that opportunity, but what happens when you get that opportunity and you fumble?
Just hearing that alone, because what's going on right now in the media is that people are definitely kind of, looking at Jada a little sideways in regards to how she's putting out certain information with Will. I think in return, people are also kind of like, want to support Will and they feel bad for him and they're like, yo, she's doing all these things. But it makes me kind of come down to the aspect of like the importance of choosing your partner. And in this regard, it does seem that people feel that Jada wasn't the best person for Will. Why do you think Will himself is stuck kind of on Jada? Why hasn't he decided to move on? Is it love? Is it something else? Like, from your vantage point, why do you think Will continues to stay when, in all regards, he is a global phenomenon and probably could have damn near any woman that he would want?
Very good question. Well, here's the thing. Jada, how do I say this, has accepted things in Will's personal life.
Whoa! Smash that like button, guys. Come on, let's get over 100. That doesn't make any sense. This is the part that I really, really couldn't wait till it got to. Now he's saying, and this is what I took out of it, and I'm pretty sure y'all should take the same thing, that Jada Pinkett accepted things that Will Smith is into sexually. He's saying it politically correct, but sexually, she accepted that Will Smith is into what she's holding over his head. Pay attention to this part very clearly and tell me y'all ain't get the same thing that I got out of this.
And by experiencing that,
tell me y'all didn't get the same thing out of it.
He's a global phenomenon and probably could have damn near any woman that he would want.
Very good question. Well, here's the thing. Jada, how do I say this, has accepted things in Will's personal life. And by experiencing that, I know for sure that Will don't want these things to come out without question. And I feel that
y'all hear that? Will Smith don't want this to come out. And like I said, everybody put your thumbs up if Will Smith is gay. If that is true, if you still would accept Will Smith and not look down on him or look at him different, put your thumbs up. Because this is what his friend of 38 years is saying. Will Smith is afraid that he won't be accepted. Thank you, Miss Janiqua. Thank you, Melody. You know what I'm saying? He's afraid that she's going to say this shit and put it out there. When by now, he should be like, fuck it. Go ahead and do it then. Do it then. You know what I'm saying? That's what he afraid of.
It was taking advantage
And
of that.
she's taking advantage of knowing that she saw Will Smith, you know what I mean, probably, you know what I mean, doing his thing, and she don't and she's using it against him. She's taking advantage of it. Period. Like, yes, well, if you try to divorce me or you try to, this is what I'm gonna say. And Will is afraid of it. Thanks everybody putting their thumbs up. You see that, Will? And smash that like button so they can see the video. Nobody's gonna look at you different, dude. Everybody already thought it anyway. So it's not gonna matter. You know what I mean? You kissed the dude in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's, come on, man. Nobody's not gonna care, but this is what she's dangling over his head. The most hardest thing for him thinking about what we're gonna think of him.
Jada, how do I say this, has accepted things in Will's personal life. And by experiencing that, I know for sure that Will don't want these things to come out without question. And I feel that Jada is taking advantage of that. You know, like you said, Will is a global superstar. Will's not a bad looking man. You know what I'm saying? Will got the bag. He almost had $500 million. You understand what I'm saying? So why is he taking all this persecution? You know, it's just certain things that Jada have on him that Will don't want to come out. He feels that it would affect his career, his livelihood. And I don't think that's true.
Boom. He don't think it's true. Will is not going to affect your livelihood. Like your friend of 38 years, ex-assistant, because Jada Pinkett wanted to get him away from you. You wanted to get him away from Will because he's telling him, bro, why is you dealing with this? And you think that it's going to affect your, you know what I mean? It's going to affect your livelihood because you're a global star, da-da-da-da. Will, it fuck around and make you bigger. Truthfully, the way this world is, like, you can actually snitch on a motherfucker and come out and make a platinum album. And motherfuckers will still buy it. This world ain't the way it used to be. You know what I'm saying?
The bag. He almost had $500 million. You understand what I'm saying? So why is he taking all this persecution? You know, it's just certain things that Jada have on him that Will don't want to come out. He feels that it would affect his career, his livelihood. And I don't think that's true. Or I'm going to be putting the book out. It's like, yo, go ahead and let all that stuff out, bro. You got to let all that stuff out, you know? And to be honest, and if she was and you want to divorce her, give her all the money. Because Will doesn't understand. Like, Will lives in a bubble. This is what you got to understand. This guy's worth almost $500 million. He lives in a big estate in a bubble. So his understanding of the world, the real world, is different from you and I. Like, he don't know how much a gallon of milk costs. He don't know how to go in and cash his check, right? I don't think, like, people...
Hold on, did y'all hear that? Told you, Will Smith does not live in the same mentality as us. He said Will Smith don't even know how to go into a bank and cash a check. He said Will Smith doesn't know how much a gallon of milk costs. And when I listened to this dude, I was like, damn, I never really even thought like that. I never thought about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's worth $1.5 billion. How can he know about how much a gallon of milk costs, right? Think about that. We know this type of shit because we go and get it ourselves. And all the money he has, he's not doing any of this shit himself. So he really don't know. Like he's saying, Will Smith doesn't even live on the same planet as us. You know what I mean? And guess who was on that planet with him? Jada Pinkett. So she's able to brainwash Will, you know what I mean, by using, look, we live in the same world. You know what I mean? Fuck the real world. We live in our real world, and I know what you do in our real world, and I know about your freaky secrets. Imagine how much she'd probably be torturing that man, threatening to tell the world shit like that. You know what I mean? Who hasn't been threatened in a relationship when you was with a motherfucker that was toxic and they was threatening to say shit that wasn't even true? Or if they knew anything about you, they threatened to tell people, or I'm going to expose you. And he's a global star, so he's afraid of that. But this man don't even know how to cash a check. Real rap. He don't even know what a gallon of milk is. Will did him to himself. I just heard Lace Front. Salute to Lace Front. I'm seeing everybody. I'm reading all these comments after that. Now, Lace Front, I can feel where you coming from. Will did it to himself. You know what I mean? Like I do think Will has to take definite responsibility for a lot of this. Like that's how his friend feel. You know what I mean? That's why his friend is coming out like fuck all that. Cause I think in his book, he's gonna be the one to tell it. Will Smith, friend of 30 years, he said they've been sending him death threats, trying to kill him, everything, for him not to release his book of the Will Smith, the demons around him, or whatever. I forget the name of the book, but you can see it on my thing. He is going to tell everybody Will Smith is by. Point blank, period. Fuck it. Let the world get it. Let the world know. Now what? You think that's going to stop your talent? Even him, he said, Will, let her have the money. You're Will Smith. You damn near can make all that money back. You know, look at Tina Turner. Rest in peace to Tina Turner. Tina Turner let Ike keep everything. She didn't even want it. Look, he going to put all that shit in his nose anyway. And rest in peace, Ike. I ain't trying to, but real rap. Ike was going through his problem at the time. Tina Turner, a woman, let Ike have everything. And look what happened to Tina. She ended up making more and becoming even more successful, making more money than she ever had just by leaving this person. That's how God works. God ended up getting the last say so in the end. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not a dude that's in and out of church and all that, but God is within me. I'm a spiritual person. I'm a spiritual person. That's how I am. I'm very like a spiritual dude. You know what I mean? But that's how I feel. I feel like ugly will show out in the end. And good is gonna play out in the end. Will, you gotta let this, whatever that shit she got in the closet, bro, come out real fast and say fuck that, and then throw the money in her face. Let her have it.
That stuff out, you know? And to be honest, and if she was a divorce and you want to divorce her, give her all the money. Because the world doesn't understand.
If you want to divorce her, give her all the money.
So why is he taking all this persecution? You know, is there certain things that Jada had on him that Will don't want to come out? He feels that it would affect his career, his livelihood. And I don't think that's true. Or I'm going to be putting the book out. It's like, yo, go ahead and let all that stuff out, bro. You gotta let all that stuff out. You know? And to be honest, and if she was a divorce and you want to divorce her, give her all the money. Because Will doesn't understand. Like Will is in a bubble. This is what you gotta understand. This guy worth almost $500 million. He lives in the biggest state in a bubble. So his understanding of the world, the real world, is different from you and I. Like he don't know how much a gallon of milk costs. He don't know how to go in and cash his check, right? I don't think like people gotta think, like I said, once again, I'm talking from being on the inside, you know what I mean? Outlook. A lot of people are looking from the out to the end saying, oh, I'm trying to figure it out. You're not going to figure it out unless you live in that $500 million lifestyle, private jets, not going through TSA. You mentioned TSA, huh? Oh, what did they do? That's what I'm saying. So it's like at the end of the day, it's like I'm from the inside out. So when I see things, go ahead.
Well, I think it's great. So I was going to ask you, like, how did you keep your balance in that? Because I think because Will's been on since he was a teen, right? Like a teenager, he's been on. It's been lights, camera, action. So you definitely can feel a level of detachment from Will. But how did you, being inside that camp, able to kind of like say, I need to still be connected and rooted? Like, what was that for you?
Well, one thing for myself was coming from Philly and being Muslim, there was always this saying, do for self. So when Will invited me to come out to Los Angeles and work while I was out there on a trip, like kind of begging me, yo, this is where you need to be. This is your growth. This is your development. And this is the bright with the shining with, right? The high vibrational with. And it made me come out and do it, right? And what I saw is that you got to be strong. You got to know who you are prior to going in. Because if you come out here trying to get in this business and don't have an understanding of self, you will be whatever people dictate you to be. So nobody's not inviting you to a party up in the Hollywood Hills and making you do nothing.
So basically, he's saying if you come into Hollywood with a weak mind, these people will pretty much make you become what they want you to become. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why all those Hollywood secrets, that Hollywood shit is true. And people that want to, let's say, fuck to get to the top, suck to get to the top, whatever, you know, man or women. You know what I mean? If you're not strong enough when you get around them people to have a mind of your own, like, no, I stand on morals, I stand on principles, you know, then you will be sucked in. We've been hearing these stories from different celebrities that's been trying to speak out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's just confirming all the shit that I already thought, but and then way more things that I never even thought about prior. You know, the thought of Will Smith, the mentality of a billionaire, the fact this man don't even know how to cash a check or know what it, you know what I mean? Then I do feel for him in that kind of way though, because I'm like, damn, he been like that since a teenager, so he don't really know. I know more about being. That's why when it's time for me to be at that point, or I'm gonna know what to do and what not to do. Cause my half of my damn life, I was used to living on the edge. I'm used to being broke. You know what I'm saying? And that's paying your bills and getting by. You know what I'm saying? There's another broke under this. You know what I'm saying? But I will never understand that.
You understand what I'm saying? People are doing things trying to get on. So you got to know who you are. And for me, it was always do for self. So I always had other businesses that I was working with when I worked with. Because my thing is, we always have to do for self.
Being an insider, you have a book that you are releasing again. And the title of that book is Will Smith, Demonic Circle. How dark does Hollywood get from the outside perspective?
Well,
Now he about to talk about how dark Hollywood gets.
well, let me put it like this. When I wrote the book and Jada team, Will team got when I was putting the book out. I mean, it was physical threats, it was death threats. Cause
Oh, make sure y'all listen real clear. When Will Smith team, the new team, and Jada Pinkett's team found out he was putting out this book, he's been receiving death threats, physical harm, all kinds of shit, because they know he's going to put it out. And I can't wait to get your book, sir. I'm going to be honest with you, because you're going to give the actual truth. Jada is only giving her side, and Will's agreeing to it, because now we know he's in fear that she's going to tell us something he thinks is going to destroy him about his sexuality, which nobody cares.
well, let me put it like this. When I wrote the book and Jada team, Will team got when I was putting the book out. I mean, it was physical threats, it was death threats. Because this is what you got to understand. It's like, if Will is worth $500 million, how much are the people worth who gave him $500 million, right? And it's like, I look at the people in Will's circumference name, and once you read the book, you're gonna be like, wow, like, is a criminal element. Like, people are really taking advantage of the relationship with Will because they have nothing else. They're not doing for self. So it's like that's what's going to be a come away from a book. Not all his man that he known 40 years just put out a book, because the book comes with receipts. So let me just share that as well too. So inside the book, as you read each chapter is going to have a QR code, which is going to extend the whole page. So that way you can scan that QR code and look at the receipts that is relevant to the chapter that you just read. So this ain't, oh, it's gossipy, this is that. Listen, you know how many people I know. I could write a book that would be amazing. This book is an intervention.
Yeah. And I'm glad you're mentioning that because, yeah, even people watching this, they're probably like, yeah, this person of 40 years, he's trying to ride the wave. Jada just put out a book and you've been working on this for some time. I'm aware. And so, yeah, that's definitely going to be the perception when people.
Yes, people are going to think, oh, he's just doing a book because Jada did a book. He's trying to ride the wave. I'm going to tell you this right now. My opinion, I don't think you're just doing it for that. I believe that you are fed up of Jada, the one coming out on the top, and a dude you known for 30 years allowing her to shit on him. And you like, fuck it, if she gonna make money and shit on him and he not gonna do nothing, I might as well get some of this motherfucking money too. And his shit coming with the receipts. Yes, that's crazy. Yes. His book is coming with the receipts and the barcodes. So yeah, that's what I'm checking for your book.
We'll get into it, but hopefully as they hear more about your story and what you've been working on, they'll understand, like, okay, this is coming from a genuine place.
Let me add this, and John, not to cut you off. It's when they found out I was putting the book, Jada book originally was supposed to come out in 2024. They moved the date when they knew my book was coming in.
Oh, and I already told y'all that. Jada Pinkett's book was not supposed to come out until 2024. They knew his book was coming out. Said, no, hell no. Put that book out first. To paint that narrative, make Will Smith look like he's so happy, oh, he loves Jada's book, to try to discredit what they knew was about to drop. I had to say that. Make sure, he said they knew his book was coming, so they hurried up and pushed her shit.
They hear more about your story and what you've been working on, they'll understand, like, okay, this is coming from a genuine place.
Let me add this, and John, not to cut you off. It's when they found out I was putting the book, Jada book originally was supposed to come out in 2024. They moved the date when they knew my book was coming in. So that's why you see such a massive push, so much drama, so much dramatics. Like, this thing is almost like you need popcorn.
Again, from the outside looking in, it appears that Will is such a great person. His energy is definitely felt within his work. So when you see these issues come up, people do blame Jada a great deal because that is his spouse. Do you think that Will made a mistake by marrying Jada?
I will say this. I don't have too many nice things to say about her, but nobody's going to hold the secrets that Jada's holding, right?
Oh, listen to that again. He said he don't got nothing nice to say about Jada. Not one thing. But what he just said is nobody is going to hold the secrets that Jada Pinkett has on Will. Nobody. She told y'all the secrets she got. That shit Will, I'm telling you, Will don't want nobody to know. You know what I mean? And he should just say, fuck it, man. Like, whatever it is, like, straight up. As long as it ain't nothing with no kids or no sick shit like that, man, fuck that. Then tell everybody. Look, I'm cussing. I don't even care if the video get monetized. That's how bad she got me irritated myself.
Again, from the outside looking in, it appears that Will is such a great person. His energy is definitely felt within his work. So when you see these issues come up, people do blame Jada a great deal because that is his spouse. Do you think that Will made a mistake by marrying Jada?
I will say this. I don't have too many nice things to say about her, but nobody's going to hold the secrets that Jada's holding, right, for this long. And Will got to accept some responsibility, you know? And like I say, as we get closer to the book, people will be like, damn. It's like you have a woman with a demonic soul leading you. Like, she believed what she say, though. And this is coming from the inside out, working with her. If she don't like you, you out of it. You know?
Oh my God. Yo, don't it get deep? Did you hear him? He said if she don't like you, then you out of there. So Jada Pinkett is firing all of Will employees. Like if she don't like you, you gotta go. Did he French as his son? I don't even know. But Lace Front, you remember how you just said that Will Smith gotta take some kind of responsibility? Like you made a comment like that. That's pretty much what he's saying though. He just said it out his mouth that Will Smith does have to take some kind of accountability. Like in order to break the spell from that she got on him, he do gotta just come out and take accountability and be like, yo, look, this is what it really is. Fuck it. You know what I mean? And Will just can't do it because she's been holding these secrets for so long. You know what I mean? Like she got some voodoo shit going on. I thought it was the Regina. It ain't the Regina. It's the secrets. It's the Victoria's Secrets. That's what the hell she got.
To say about her, but nobody's gonna hold the secrets that Jada's holding, right? For this long. And Will gotta accept some responsibility, you know? And like I say, as we get closer to the book, people gonna be like, damn, it's like you have a woman with a demonic soul leading you. Like she believed what she say go. And this is coming from the inside out, working with her. If she don't like you, you out of it. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't think that, and even with Will's behavior, I don't think no other woman would have ever held him down. And you look at Will's book, he talked about relationships that he done had, and just about every woman has cheated on him. Like this is coming from them. This is not coming from me. So that builds certain insecurities within the man. You understand what I'm saying? So we gotta look deeper. This is the thing that us as brothers gotta come around Will and embrace him. You understand what I'm saying? And let him see the light. Period. Because it's not gonna happen the way, people, oh, they're gonna get therapy, or he's just gonna leave. No. It's some underlying issues of why he keeps staying. And that's what needs to be addressed.
Well, I mean, we definitely, it'll be real to also hold his homeboys accountable. And just want to know, like, brother to brother, like, were you not checking him at any point? Like, Will, like, because the conversation is, people think that Will is simping, is an elephant in the room. Like, you have a woman that's not honoring you the way that you should be honored. As the homeboy, like, you didn't, like, hey, pull him to the side, like, yo, like, what's going on? Like,
I'm going to share part of the brokerage. And see, if you're a guy from the street, issues to tackle and what not to tackle, right? And something had occurred between them two. I heard Will and Jada having an argument in this trailer on a movie set. And I'm inside the trailer, right? And the things that was said, I was like, I couldn't believe that was said. So I go sit down with Will and bring that up. And when I tell you, listen, I almost got the Chris Rock times 12. I was called every mother effer, I didn't even know who this person was. You know what I'm saying? But once
Now that's crazy. This man was in the trailer on a movie set with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, and he overheard. How many times you done been around your family, friends, or whoever, and you hear their argument? Something normal in the normal world. You might hear a couple arguing. Usually me, I get the fuck away because I don't want to hear nobody shit. You know what I'm saying? But he heard how she was talking to Will, and as a friend of 38 years, he pulled Will to the side. Like, yo, bro, is you kidding me? Like you let her talk to you like that? And he said Will Smith was ready to slap him times 20, like Chris Rock. He said Will just snapped the fuck out. Like to where he didn't even recognize Will. That's how crazy it was. But he tried to talk to Will.
on a movie set. And I'm inside the trailer, right? And the things that was said, I was like, I couldn't believe that was said. So I go sit down with Will and bring that up. And when I tell you, Listen, I almost got the Chris Rock times 12. I was called every mother effer, I didn't even know who this person was. You know what I'm saying? But once again, once that person with that demonic spirit start chipping at your soul, right, you become a very different person, an extremely different person. Here's the thing. There's no way that you were promiscuous, right? I'm not going to say or very promiscuous when you were young. Um, you out in the street wild, you taking drugs, you alcohol, you all these things. Money only intensifies that. It only takes it to 1,000, right? So even if we'll say, hey, I like this woman, I'm gonna give her a chance. Once you start seeing alcoholism, once you start seeing narcissism, once you start seeing drug use, once you start seeing I can't keep my legs closed, at what point do you say I made a bad decision and cut all
Boom. Listen, smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Now think about what he just said. He said he saw, and Jada Pinkett admitted to all of this. He said, first of all, she was an alcoholic, drug addict, all of these things that most of us coming from our societies endured, but she had all of these issues and she couldn't keep her legs closed. When do you say to yourself, damn, I made a bad investment and get the fuck out of it? We've all been there. You know what I mean? I cannot sit there and act like I don't relate to seeing some things, whether you're a woman, you seen some toxic things with a man that you were dating, but you ignored it, knowing damn well when he was talking just by his name. If you started dating a dude named Machete, you should have paid attention. Now once he start going to jail for cutting motherfuckers up, and now you like, oh my God, I can't believe that he would do that. Bitch, you knew his name was Machete, but you was ignoring it because the pecker had you stuck. Same for a man. When you seeing that this girl, you know what I'm saying, she throwing pots and pans and dishes, you know what I'm saying, putting her hands on you, threatening to call you PO. And you know what I mean? I done had my parole officer called on me before for no goddamn reason. You know what I'm saying? Other than toxicness, but you still stay until the worst happens. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to relate to it. He saw all these signs and ignored it. But we can't lie. Everybody, the 150 people that's watching right now, y'all all been in a situation like this. Males and females. Ladies, you done been with a dude that you knew that was a hot mess, but he was dicking you down. He was taking you down, and you still stayed. Guys, you done been with a woman that had the bobblehead, that had the best vagina that you ever had. You know what I'm saying? And you stayed knowing that she was toxic, and you was afraid that somebody else gonna get it. Not realizing that somebody been had it before you. This is just crazy, guys. Surviving Jada Pinkett Smith.
You out in the street wild, you taking drugs, you alcohol, you all these things. Money only intensifies that. It only takes it to 1,000, right? So even if we'll say, hey, I like this woman, I'm gonna give her a chance. Once you start seeing alcoholism, once you start seeing narcissism, once you start seeing drug use, once you start seeing I can't keep my legs closed, at what point do you say I made a bad decision and cut all loss?
One of the biggest things that first came out when Jada did release her book was that she would reveal that her and Will were separated. Okay, that was like a big shocker for a lot of people. You being someone already close, what did you feel, or as far as witness, or when did you feel like that relationship was finally kind of like unraveling?
Well, it's been unraveling for years from the inside. But when you spending millions of dollars for, your agents, your PR people, crisis management people, and we're going to get into, all that in my book. It's like, you won't be able to see how this works. It takes millions of dollars to spin these stories. It takes millions of dollars to set up the right interviews of what can be said, what can't be said. So as from the inside, once again, I say that when you have that bag, you're able to protect yourself because people are trying to protect the people that pay Will. Because like I say, if Will worth $500 million, how much is the people that are paying him worth? They're gonna do any and everything to protect this man from anything because they picked him. Yeah.
They're pimping him. So he's saying if Will Smith is worth $500 million, think about how much money the people that's paying Will. You know what I'm saying? So they protecting all of this shit. Just like how with Dave Chappelle, when Dave Chappelle ran, he ended up coming back making that money times 20. You know what I'm saying? But everybody ain't got the balls to fight against them. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna do anything to try to hide this shit. But this man right here, he ain't afraid, and I commend him for that.
You got a $500 million, but how much did you really make? So at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. All this stuff is detailed and designed. Period. It is choreographed, amazing.
Being someone that has been in the industry for as long as you have, because what I'm so curious about is why with fame and success there comes problems and toxicity. Like for instance, or my question would be, do a lot of like high profile celebrities kind of tend to struggle with something? Why can't they just be rich, famous, and at peace? Why does the problems have to exist? Is that like a character trait? Like narcissism is something I heard you mention in our conversation. Like what is causing that? Why can't they just make their money, live their life, have a beautiful family, and call it a day?
Well, I will say this, brother John. I love, what you're doing over at, Comedy Hype, now Hype Plus, correct? When you get your $500 million deal, bro, let me tell you something. You're gonna have every problem that you have in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's all the same, bro. It's like, I've seen so many people elevate, dealing with just so many different problems. And it's the same problems. Like Biggie said, more money, more problems.
It would make me, the reason why I brought that up is because if we eliminate everyone's status in this conversation, we remove titles when it comes to Will and Jada, is this maybe from your vantage point just two broken people or people that have their own issues that are just in this relationship of sorts, not even saying marriage, just two broken people with a relationship that, have decided to move forward in a partnership? Like, is that what we're seeing at play? Because you're saying that there's been millions spent to spin stories. It's like, what are we not seeing? Is my question mark. Like, and I would love to ask, but I definitely think we should probably keep some things for the book. But what's going on? Is that what's happening? We're just watching two hurt people, two toxic people, someone to throw their relationship for the public to comment on it.
Well, you're right about one thing, John. And a pair of things. Jada's extremely broke, right? This is a person I've had multiple conversations with, insight about who they are, very opinionated, very dominant in what she says. Like she's like, you gotta really look into who she is. And she's broken. She's been broken. And she's trying to put herself together. But in trying to put herself together, she's hurting more and more and more and more people. But when you get that narcissism with it, right? It's hard to even.
And Jada Pinkett, you can't deny none of this because you always talk about how you're broken and how you're trying to figure out self-love and my peace, and I realize that I'm not happy and I can't make Will happy. I have to make me happy and Will has to make him. All that bullshit. That's how I know he been rich for way too long. You know how many motherfuckers have been like, all right, bitch, then get the fuck on that. Bye. You know what I'm saying? But he's so brainwashed And these secrets that she has makes him continue to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. Like, she is that toxic, and Will is just possessed at this point. That's why, brother, I'm going to get your book. I'm going to get your book. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe me. And I feel like it's going to have more value and more fact, the real facts behind. It's going to make Jada Pinkett book look like a welfare case. Real rap.
Yourself. So Jada wants to be loved. And the same for Will. I think that's a big connection with them. Will just want to be loved. Will, has been hurt so much coming up. Oh, he's corny. Will was already the pretty girl, but the thug got taken. The girl cheats on Will, and so this is before he's even famous. So yeah, it's man.
Before he even famous. Now y'all see how Jada Pinkett still keeps rubbing Tupac in his face. You heard what he said? He said Will Smith was able to get the girl, but he was labeled like the corny guy. He said Will Smith will get the girl, but then the thug ass nigga will come and take her. You know what I mean? Because you know how the good girl love the bad motherfucker. So the thug guy will come take the girl from Will. So Will's been having this, and like he said, this has been going on before Will was famous. He was getting his girls took by motherfuckers like Tupac. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Thug Life, Tupac, but Will's been getting his girls taken by them, so it mentally messed him up. And then imagine her throwing that in his face. Will, you are soft. You are corny. Parents just don't understand. And you know what? I don't understand how you're so corny and so, oh my God, I wish Tupac was here right now. Imagine how much she was torturing this man with saying that shit. Like, if she's saying it to us this much publicly, imagine how much she was doing this behind the scenes.
Listen, John, all I can tell you is that as this unravels, it's going to get worse and worse. This is only the beginning. Everybody called me when the slap happened, John, right? Everybody was calling my phone. And when I saw it, I said, you know what? This was ordained by God. Period. To show what's done in the dark is going to come.
Hold on, let me make sure y'all understand that. I ain't want y'all to miss that. He's talking about when he got the phone call after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. This is how he felt when he got the phone call. He said he felt like it was God that did that.
As this unravels, it's going to get worse and worse. This is only the beginning. Everybody called me when the slap happened, right? Everybody was calling my phone. And when I saw it, I said, you know what? This was ordained by God. Period. To show what's done in the dark is going to come to light. And if we look at, since that moment happened, a lot of things have been coming to light.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? A ton of things have come to light. And for me, it's like when people started, I had so many people calling me, oh, can you interview me? I want to do an interview about the slap and da-da-da. Nah, man, it's like, I don't need to talk about that. It's, for me, I also feel that it set African Americans back 50 years because Will was the one person, non-violent, non-threatening, good person. Now it shows no matter how good, how nice of a man you perceive to be if you're black, at any minute you could snap.
So, this has been definitely insightful. We've heard different rumors over the years, what's going on, what's with the relationship. And it just seems that we're finally getting some things answered, whether it be through some aspects of the truth being bent, not here, but more so from other people. And then that leads us to investigate and talk to people like yourself to really get an inside scoop. Now, with Will, what struck me was that you said that Jada saw Will as a potential lick or a lick. And I think a lot of guys can kind of see that in different relationships. Nice guys. I would say from my vantage point, Will seems like a nice guy. Someone that's going to kind of look to appease. That's what traditionally nice guys do. They look to, charm her and maybe so do things out of his own comfort. And I wonder, did Jada see that instantly and said, you know what, I can rock with him, because everyone keeps bringing up Pac. That Pac was her guy, that was who she really wanted, or that type of guy was what she wanted, because he might have been unafraid to challenge her. And Will, she maybe saw him as like, okay, I can rock with him, but I also can get X, Y, Z. My question for you, and with all that being said, do you think Jada was ever envious of Will's career, given that she was in entertainment as well?
Yes, definitely. Jada saw Will as the big lick. You know what I mean? Will was already having financial problems when he got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was in dire straits financially because he owed the IRS so much money, you know? About to go through a divorce and leaves Jada. I want to like here. I'm like, dude. I'm like, Will, what are you doing? You buying Ferraris and stuff? Oh no, that's what my girl did. So she see the lick. I say this is the lick, you know. And of course, you can't like a woman that's an actress and your man is the biggest star in Hollywood. There's gonna be a lot of envy. But Will helped Jada get a lot of major roles. Stop it.
Now y'all hear that? Jada Pinkett was definitely jealous of Will. Of course, she was an actor. What was it? She was an A-list actor. I'll give her an A. Far as back in the 90s, I'll give her that. You know what I'm saying? You know, or a B. I'll give her a B. But Will was a A-list actor, and like he said, Will was the one who got her some of the newer roles. Like some of the roles, Will got her the roles. But she was jealous of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, he's trying. Instead of saying, this is my partner, we're doing this together. Bitch, you're spending my money with me. So why can't you just be happy regardless of if you're not where I'm at, because you're still where I'm at. Like, you're just not there like in the movies thing, but you my wife. Will always help, man, held her like high. And she was jealous the whole time, man. And it shows with her book. And now she's trying to backtrack. Like, oh, me and Will's gonna get back together. We're just, the book is bringing us closer. Come on, man. Ain't no getting back together. You sit there and do me like that publicly. Fuck all that.
A woman that's an actress and your man is the biggest star in Hollywood, there's gonna be a lot of envy. But Will helped Jada get a lot of major roles. Dr. Doolittle, you know what I'm saying? The Matrix, and so like they would listen. Jada was on the booty calls. You know what I'm saying? When she met Will, you know, so she was in that, you know, that sludge circuit. She married Will. Will fought to get her to be a leading lady. Period. That was Will's doing. That wasn't because, oh, Jada's a great actress or this, that, and this. No, Will fought for that. Will used his muscle to get.
So Will got you those kind of roles. Okay. So you would have just been Menace to Society, Jada Pinkett. You would have been like on a players club, dancing and stripping on a pole type of roles. That's what this brother is saying. Will Smith got you in the Matrix and all that type of shit. And he fought for you to get the roles. Not because, oh, she's a good actor. Y'all hear what he's saying? Yo, this is deep.
Period. That was Will's doing. That wasn't because, oh, Jada's a great actress or this, that, and this. No, Will fought for that. Will used his muscle to get her as many roles as he could.
You know, it just makes me think, like, if we're going with the theme of Will being this nice guy and ultimately Jada kind of being someone that saw an opportunity, it makes me think of to what extent has Will gone out of his way to make sure that no one interfered with her in terms of like another guy approaching her, you know, or, you know, someone talking about her. From your vantage point, what was the reason why did Will slap Chris Rock? Because I've heard that Chris supposedly tried to take Jada on a date, and so I mean, some people think was it that personal when he slapped Chris Rock? Like, what was your vantage point? Does that have anything to do with why Will would slap Chris Rock?
It is extremely simple. They were separated. Will was trying to do something to have that moment right? You got to look at Will was 3 minutes away from what he's worked 30 years for, the validation of 30 years worth of work. You know what I'm saying? And he saw the opportunity to show this, I'm going to risk it all for you. I'm going to risk everything for 30 years of taking, I'm talking about the abuse that you couldn't believe to get where I am. But I'm going to risk it all to show you how much I love you. Now,
wow. That is deep. Shout out to this brother, man. Shout out to Comedy Hype News. Will Smith, friend of 38 years, assistant. I didn't even see it like that, but it makes even more sense with what Jada Pinkett said in her book. When she said that they were separated for 6 years or 7 years, I'm thinking, all right, she just trolling, right? Now, let's say, yes, she did that and been abusing him all these years mentally, but Will was trying to get back with her. So what he fought for, that moment, Will was being honored at the Oscars, getting that award of lifetime of having to kiss ass in Hollywood, do all kinds of stuff, get hit from the front and the back. He didn't care about none of that. All he wanted to prove to Jada was that he really loved her and he would stand up for her and risk it all. And slap Chris Rock on national TV, all to prove his love to Jada. And she knew she had that kind of power. That's crazy.
I'm talking about the abuse that you couldn't believe to get where I am. But I'm going to risk it all to show you how much I love you. Now, we're together. Nobody, now I know, and other people know that's in the circle, that they're not together. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like everybody's saying, oh, man, Will stood up for his wife, right? Those were all the comments the next morning. Or some people was like, oh, man, he fought, oh, I want a man to do. Well, that wasn't her man. They were separated. Will was looking for the opportunity for the win. He wanted her back that much that he said, I'm going to risk it all. This is the validation that I've been working hard for 30 hard years to do, to get this Oscar.
And he was willing to risk that to try to get back the girl.
That wasn't even when I was sitting up there looking. I'm like, this guy's a prank. That's my brother, but he is a damn fool.
That's crazy. His friend of 38 years felt like, wow, my homeboy is a damn fool, a damn clown. This moment of a lifetime, you took that out to try to prove your love to this demonic. That's crazy. I'll be sick too. You know what I mean? Like, if that was one of my homeboys, I'd be mad as shit. I had to cut him off. Like, are you serious, bro? Like, so you can prove to her and you're not even with her. And she just came out and recently and told us that. We didn't even know that you wasn't with her. So I believe him 100%. You was trying to prove to her your love to get her back. That's crazy.
That wasn't even when I was sitting up there looking. I'm like, this guy's a prank. That's my brother, but he is a damn fool. Joker, you not even, but I can't tell nobody. If I told people, they wouldn't believe. Y'all not together. You do this foolish move, thinking you gonna get her, and now look where it got you. Yeah. She throwing you under the bus. You the clown, you the mark, you the buster, you are all these things trying to show your love and affection. But dude, if you can't see it, now I gotta show it to you. You got these secrets, I gotta put them out there, man. You hurting other people.
Y'all hear that? His homeboy had enough. He said, you know what? You played yourself. You slapped Chris Rock only to not get her back, for her to make a book clowning you, pretty much looking like, I don't even know why. He called me his wife that night. I looked at him like, and then now she's trying to double back, talking about, well, you ain't my husband, but we're gonna be together tonight. We're gonna. She clowning you, and this boy, he gonna come out. Everybody, make sure y'all go get this book. Shout out to Comedy Hype News. Go get this book. He said he just gonna tell. He's gonna tell. He can't take it. He know what Jada Pinkett knows, and he's going to tell. And I can't wait to hear it, just so I can be like, well, for real, that's it. That's what you sitting there fighting for, or that's why you afraid of her. Salute to this dude, man.
To appease her, okay, I got.
He about to put that shit out.
But I can't tell nobody. If I told people, they wouldn't believe. Y'all not together. You do this foolish move, thinking you gonna get her, and now look where it got you. Yeah. She throwing you under the bus. You the clown. You the mark. You the buster. You are all these things trying to trying to show your love and affection. But dude, if you can't see it, now I gotta show it to you. You got these secrets. I gotta put them out there, man. You hurting other people to appease her. Okay, I got you, bro. Because what that say about me?
What do you think the biggest fear is? And this is, be as honest as you can. What is the biggest fear you think the Smiths have when it comes to their inner circle?
When you see the amount of hurt that Will and Jada have caused other people, I mean, rushing them. Dude, it's going to be mind blowing, because a lot of what people don't understand about the book is that I hired two leading private investigators to research information for people who have NDAs and so forth. And people are breaking the NDAs around the Will Smith demonic circle. They're breaking because certain things allow you to break your situation. And we hired a lawyer, and the lawyer looked at their NDAs to say this is breakable. We can now break this NDA. So when I tell you a lot of things that from the book are not going to be.
Now the NDA, I believe, is like the gag order, and a lot of the people in Will Smith demonic circle are breaking it. They had a lawyer look over it, so I guess they are allowed to speak out. They can't take it no more. So this everything about to hit the fan after this Jada Pinkett book. Everything's about to hit the fan.
From my perspective, it's going to be about the people in the demonic circle. We're talking about the lawyers, the accountants, and all of it. They do not want the secrets to get out. And I'm telling you, the secrets they're devious, they're dark, they're demonic, they're up. But they're going to come out.
And you say you have receipts. Will this be something I'll be able to see in the book?
Yeah, absolutely. So once again, like I said, in the book, as you reading the book, you're going to have a QR code. And a lot of stuff, you'll be able to see people's former NDAs. You'll be able to see police records. You'll be able to see recordings from that particular person. You know what I mean? So it's a receipt-filled book. Because I can't come out. Like, here's the thing. For the last 6 months, I've been out the entertainment industry. Right? So you'll see no posts on my Instagram or anything. I'm moving back to Saudi Arabia. I'm moving to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And I'm doing that in 2024. I'm done with the entertainment business. If I was in the entertainment business, oh no, like they started to try to blackball, right? But it doesn't make a difference now. I'm leaving the entertainment industry, and I'm leaving on top. I'm not leaving like, oh man, I'm at the low point. Oh, I can't get no celebrities to post so I can make money, and I'm not. It's a person just go and say, oh shit, this brother's leaving on top. You understand what I'm saying? I got to do something else with my life. I got to use those relationships to help other people, right? It's like, for all these years, I've been using these relationships with all these celebrities for the benefit of myself and my family, which is fine. But sometimes in life, you got a greater calling, right? It's like how many nonprofits, how many situations around the world, can I use these relationships to help other people, right? And also another reason I'm moving to Saudi Arabia, I can get back on my deen even stronger. It's hard. It's hard being Muslim, not in LA, not smoking, not drinking. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I need to be in a habitat where everybody's praying 5 times a day. I need to be in a habitat where people ain't trying to mess with their husband, somebody husband or somebody wife, and you know what I mean, trying to hurt people intention, and hopefully, I'm gonna do a whole new Instagram and everything about my living abroad. What is the day like in Saudi Arabia? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? It's a country with an abundance amount of wealth, and my job is to educate my brothers and sisters over there about whites in America and see what we can do to help because they have unlimited resources. So when we're blessed, we got to now start to bless other people and help other people. And to be honest, one thing I gotta say, and about Will with that, he's cinnamon. He's cinnamon. It was a cement thing. He etched that into my horn. That you gotta help other people. You have to. And Will lost his way with that. Being with Jada, he lost his way with that. That was the greatest takeaway that I left with being a better Muslim, and now I gotta help as many people as I can. That was the takeaway. This is not throwing Will just totally under the bus because he does have good attributes. But like anything, if I work in a fish shop, when I leave that shop, I'm gonna smell like fish. You understand what I'm saying? If I work in a perfume shop, then when I leave that shop, I'm gonna smell like perfume. Well, if you hanging with the devil, then you gonna smell like the devil. You start hanging with the devil, then you're gonna start doing devilish things. Period. So hopefully Will can get back on track. Like I say, John, he need to just give her every dime he got because and this is another quick thing. We gotta look at what we do with our blessings, right? Like Will has been blessed abundantly, right? We need to look at and when we start abusing our blessings, they start to be taken away from us. And one thing about this book, it is about the abuse of blessings.
One thing you mentioned, Will, is
that is just crazy, guys. Like I said, shout out to Comedy Hype News. If you guys, it's actually it's another 8 minutes left of that actual interview. Shout out to the brother, Will Smith, friend of 38 years, from Philadelphia. Man, he got a book coming out. We all got to get that book. He said a lot of deep stuff. His words is hitting hard. Yes, Miss Janiqua, yes, it is. It doesn't hit real hard. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first thing I did, after I got out the shower and I was in the shower and I saw Comedy Hype News. It says right here, Will Smith ex-assistant breaks his silence. Jada sees Will as a sucker. That's what it said. I said, oh, let me check this out. And I know Comedy Hype News it's the real official news. It's like TMZ or, you know what I mean? It's the official. It's not an alleged thing. Like, this is real. You know what I mean? And this man is moving all the way to Saudi Arabia. He's not doing this shit this man is leaving. He leaving the country. He's been in the entertainment with lots of celebrities and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But this motherfucker once he dropped this book and let all this out, he gotta go. Cause he knows something gonna go down. So I'm leaving the country. Yeah, he's saying he want to get back into his deen, which I understand. You know what I mean? Majority of Philadelphia is Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Like half my family, but this man right here done dropped some shit, and it really made me think. You know what I mean? Shit that I'm just like, damn, that I never even thought about, and how deep this shit run. You know what I mean? But whatever she has, Will, like your friend saying, man, let her take the money. I'd rather get my freedom. If you feel like you want to expose me, man, go ahead and expose me. And then take the money. Cause it's all gonna come back. And then it's gonna come back to her. Something bad gonna happen to her. you know, that's how God works. So, you know, salute to everybody, man, that came on. I love you all, man. Surviving Jada Pinkett series, man. It went down today, and I got more great content to come.